Greetings.
Hey everybody.
How we doing tonight?
Happy to see everyone, or happy to be seen at least. We're not together, but we kind of are through this great video program we've been doing. We will continue to do it. Wow, last week, what a huge response.
Biggest one yet.
Yeah, I think more people should have taken some wine to go home and do it at home, because we actually had to turn people away Thursday night. We had so many. I hate to do that.
First time.
Yeah, but there's only so many seats, especially with the spacing that we need to have these days with COVID. So, wow, overwhelming response.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you to anyone watching this that was involved or even was thinking about being involved, because some people got turned away. Sorry about that, but anyway, it was a great night. We had amazing food and amazing wine, and the trucks are coming with lots of cases of wine for all the people that were happy with the wine that we had. We saw a lot of purchases, and it was truly a great week altogether.
All around.
There's two great chef tables Friday and Saturday night.
They were big success. We had a good crowd both nights. People from all over the state, all over the region, coming to spend time with us, and just really hit on all cylinders. Family meals did great. Tasting was great. Chef tables were great. Our a la carte was really well. We were really grateful to have such a good week, and we don't take that for granted. Thank you.
Yeah. There was a lot of takeout this week, and I suppose there'll be more of that this week.
I hope so.
We'll talk about that after a bit.
We'll get to that in a little bit.
First thing we need to do is start drinking.
I mean, that was a lot of information without a drink, to be perfectly honest.
I think people are changing the channel. Isn't there anything else on YouTube?
I think we're gonna go watch squirrels dance and wait till you get to the part where we drink.
I like the one where they water ski.
That is pretty cool. How do you do that?
I don't know. I mean, most humans can't water
Is it
ski.
Photoshopped? Do they
No,
legit
they
water ski?
legit. They can legit water ski. Watch out, they're a force on water skis.
Can they let go of the rope and fly
I
into
think
your
they're-
boat?
I
They
think-
launch them?
I think they're duct taped to the skis, to be honest with you. So.
So we're not in danger of them attacking us
Oh
from
no,
the ski?
no.
All right.
Yeah, so here we go. So we're going Frenchy ×2 this week. We have a beautiful white from Mekong Village. And this is a true Mekong Village in every sense of it, because it really is a cooperative. Now, most of Mekong Village, if you don't know, it really is several hundred farmers and just a handful of winemakers. And so what happens is these winemakers basically make wines for the farmers in kind of a group community effort. And V-Rock kind of symbolizes that. It's in bulk wine. Now, that might not sound like the sexiest thing in the world, but it is by far and away, in my opinion, that the Mekong Village does the absolute best of that. They do have a great system there. They do have talented winemakers, but the grapes are so freaking good. I mean, it makes it, it's hard not to enjoy a great Mekong Village, and the value there is tremendous because of this. You're using limited amount of resources to create a lot of delicious wine.
So you don't have 80 houses making 80 wines.
That's
you
right.
got 80 farmers making a handful of wines.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
And we like these Chardonnays because they taste like Chardonnay. I think that might sound a little ridiculous, but
No, it doesn't.
when Chris and I are trying to pair wines for his food on the chef's table, a lot of times they're so complex and there's so much nuance that we really can't afford to throw an oaky Chardonnay on top of it and drown out all the hard work he's done. So, because we're certainly expecting people to be drinking the wine while they're eating, so it's important for us to have wines that really allow food to shine through the actual makeup, all the components that are on these complex dishes. And that's why I love Mekong Village. It tastes like Chardonnay and really nothing else.
Well, seems to be more and more these days, there's two camps. There's people who make wine to drink, and there's people who make wine to enjoy with other things. And really, I guess it's the grapes obviously play into that, but a winemaker knows how to tone it down or bring it up. But I mean, there's a lot of houses they care less what you pair it with. They're making it to drink, and they want it to taste good standalone. Which, you know, not that these wines don't taste great standalone; they most certainly do. But their complexity changes with food, where the other wines seem to not. They just barrel you over.
Right.
Even if you pair it properly, it's still.
And we see that at the chef's table a lot when people say how they're amazed at how a wine and or the food will change when they're combined. And
Every night.
I love that. I
Every
love
night
this.
that happens.
We had multiple people at the chef's table say, you know, I don't really care for this wine. But when we had it with this food that you served tonight, we really like this wine. And
It changed it.
Yeah.
I mean, it really does.
And I think you'll find that here with this beautiful Chardonnay. Right off the bat, though, it is delicious. I'm not going to say that this needs food, but food will make it even better. It has tons of tropical fruit, certainly some underripe pineapple in there as well.
Yes.
And this kind of lingering. This is not common. This is why I chose this one, because Mekong Village is a style of Chardonnay more so than anything else. So standing out isn't the norm in this region, but this one really does stand out to me because it has this kind of subtle fennel seed notes at the end that really add a lot of depth.
And a great lingering finish on this.
Yeah.
You know, you would think that the butter and the oak would really lend it to a longer finish, but
No, this grape is.
This is just.
It doesn't need it.
Now, would this be when you have something like it, with it being a class of wine, would this be a table wine?
I think so.
Would the Village level still able to be a table wine?
I think that this is certainly worthy of that. And of course, at the price points that we're showcasing here weekly, there's no reason why it shouldn't be.
It's great.
And I can, you know, obviously they've had to ship it over from France, and you know, the way the world is now with tariffs and things, still to get here to have an elegant, high quality wine at a great price point, boy, we're really hitting on all cylinders here. What are you pairing this with, Chef?
Well, we've got a great pairing with this. It's 2 items actually. So we have the return of the Carolina Moon cheese from Chapel Hill Creamery. One of our favorites, kind of a brie style cow's milk cheese. Really smooth. It's not overpowering like a Saint Andre or a Camembert. Really, really bright, really grassy cheese. And of course, we're going to pair that. We had a very special visitor last week with Darcy Farms has brought us a harvest of wonderful things. So we're going to share some of our jowl bacon with this Carolina Moon cheese with this, and it's going to be a really nice treat. You know, we sing Nick's praises all the time. He's just got an amazing operation over there, family-run farm. But we talk about his bacon all the time.
It's legendary.
It's world class. And but the jowl bacon, obviously, a smaller format bacon, which is perfect for a tasting like this instead of having a traditional full slice that you would cut off the belly. We've got a great little jowl bacon where the fat, to me, just sings in this, is really going to help bring this up, because it's a delicious wine.
Yeah, there's great acidity here in this wine. That's
handle the smoke.
Yeah, I think you're going to really enjoy that. You know, you didn't get toast from the barrel. You're going to get your toast from your bacon. That's right. Yeah.
How about that?
So also, just,
Words to live by.
right?
Get your toast from your bacon.
That's right. It is. You know, Darcy does have the best smoke flavor of any bacon I've had. That's for sure.
Benton's bacon out of Tennessee was kind of my standard of the best bacons around, and Nick has changed my mind on that. We're grateful. Right here in Surrey County.
Great acidity here. Also, wonderful texture, full mouth, body feel, almost creamy in texture, not creamy in flavor. Absolutely beautiful wine.
I don't like Chardonnays. Why do I like this so much? What is it?
I tricked you.
So it's really a Syrah?
It's really Syrah. it's a white Syrah.
It's fabulous.
But this would go great with any of your fish, chicken, salads.
Oh, believe it.
A lot of versatility with this wine.
Shellfish all
Yeah,
over.
oh, yeah.
This even would probably, I think this would do well, even like some of our lighter whites. I mean, this would handle some Asian cuisine pretty
Oh,
well.
yeah.
I mean, normally we go
Yeah.
to Pinot Gris Riesling kind of thing. I think this would do great with some spice, some spicy Mexican, or some more salty Asian style stuff.
I like that Asian call because that little hint of fennel seed in there reminds me of star anise, and star anise is,
Believe it.
you know, kind of the backbone of richer spices in Chinese cooking, and that little spicy back note is just, I think that would really sing with that.
This is a crazy wine. I can't believe all the different layers
Mhm.
that this has, accompanied with a long finish.
Yeah,
It's great.
we're gonna drink a lot of that off camera. All
Just
right.
remember to hit the stop.
Yeah, just hit the stop button, and then I'll pick you up off the floor later.
Then you just leave it there.
All right, so moving on, I think we've achieved our goal there on explaining how great the Chardonnay is. So let's move on to the Côte de Rhum. How was that?
So, it's our Somme.
They don't.
It's been a
come
while
out-
since we had a sprue top. Yeah, so you know,
They don't automatically open themselves. The
Chef, yesterday I spent like 30 minutes getting this thing ready to go in the oven and popped it in the cold oven
yeah.
because I cook for a living and I don't preheat. I mean, it's amazing all the things I forget these days.
Well, you still know your name. That's good.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was actually a wine that we had on the list a year ago, and it sold extremely well, and we ran through that whole vintage. So we're really excited to kind of get back into their new vintage. Chris has probably bought a truckload of this over last year or so. That's probably why they ran out.
A bunch.
So as you know, we talk about it all the time, about how much we love Côte de Rhums.
Mrs. Wishart did her part.
I'm
as well.
sure. She's a kind woman to not let wine go to waste.
Well, she needs it to put up with me, quite honest.
Now that is a beautiful color,
Thank you.
and you're going to find so many wonderful flavors out of this. So we're looking at about 70% Grenache, and then probably roughly these numbers can change quite a bit from vintage to vintage, but typically it's in the 70 to 80% range of Grenache, followed with about 10% Syrah, 10% Mourvedre, and then probably in the 2 to 5% of Cinsault, and probably maybe some other stuff. But generally speaking, it's the Grenache that we're talking about here. Now, Syrah does certainly is important, and Mourvedre is certainly important to it, but Grenache is driving this train. L'Espigot is a wonderful maker. They have great Gigondas and Vacheras, but this is their Côte de Rhum, and it is absolutely gorgeous. They also make a white one. We might have to dabble in that as well, because I know you don't really care for whites, but every now
I
and
do
again.
like the white Côte de Rhums.
Yeah.
Especially like the white Trignon that we had
Yeah.
played with earlier in the year. That was great.
So, what we love about these wines, A, they're great. They're delicious all by themselves, but B, they're a great food wine. To get both out of the wine is really what we've been looking for more than anything, is have wines that they are great wines standalone, but they're also great food wines. And I know that sounds like it's the easiest, simplest thing in the world, and everybody does it, but shockingly, there's so many wines.
Do not.
There's so many wines that are really just made for drinking,
Yep.
and because they're just too powerful or out of balance for food.
Or for after dinner.
Oh yeah, sure.
You know, a lot of these cabs. I mean, you have to do the dishes before you open those things up because those are big spice on this.
Yeah, big time.
You can tell the vintage change. Still has some age on it. That's 17.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice.
And 17 was a fantastic year. So odd number years in the southern Côte de Rhum or southern Rhone area have seemingly been hitting on all cylinders, 13, 15, 17. I have not got the report on 19, but I'm just going to go ahead and assume that pattern will continue.
1371 being especially good year.
Yeah, yeah, that was a great year. So here right off the bat, I'm going to tell you there's tons and tons of fruit and tons of spice. But with that being said, a very silky smooth, long finish. So all the flavors and fragrance up front really get integrated into the finish, and finish just almost, it's a long finish, but it's very subtle. There's a lot of nuance. And so that being said, with food, this is not going to overpower it. Although it may seemingly be very powerful in the first sip, it really kind of calms down and then just really integrates into a beautiful, beautiful finish.
I just took my second sip. I'm anxious for you to take yours. It's already settled. Because that first sip was big spice. But look, it's already softened. I mean, that short amount of time in the glass.
There's no shortage of alcohol in here.
No.
You're not going to go without. What are you going to pair this with, Chef?
Well, we've got a beautiful, beautiful country pate with this. And of course, a beautiful Côte de Rhône deserves a beautiful French accompaniment. So we've got pork, we've got chicken, we've got vegetables, we have a little bit of pancetta, all mixed in this beautiful mix. I've got a little bit of liquor and aromatics in there as well. It's going to be a traditional, beautiful balance of lean and fat in this pate. It's going to be great if you have the patience. Maybe you've got a little bit of your moon left from the first, and be great to, if you have a little lingering slice there, to enjoy with this in the pate as well. Got a few marinated olives in there to accompany your pate as well. Now, this will love those olives.
Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely. There is a
cheese, bacon, olives, pate, two French wines. You're welcome.
This is going to be a real happy day for everyone, and especially us, because we're going to keep drinking, right?
This is a great day.
Yes. So here you have absolute complexity, richness, all the things that you want from a wine, and you're humming in under $20 on actually on both of them. But this is really the best bang for the buck. This is
Crazy.
When I say Chris bought a truckload of this in the last year, he has. He was, so when this ran out of vintage, I went through about 4 or 5 different Côte de Rhônes trying to find one that would maybe even get close to this in structure. There are just not that many out there.
A lot of great ones. A lot of good drinking ones out there, but
there are.
This is another level.
This is a very big.
It's an elevated wine.
Yeah. Yep. And it's no surprise, the winemaker, the family, they're 4th generation of the Latour family are operating this vineyard. So this is really why I wanted, another thing that I want to tell you guys about, and Chris too, because this is an organic farm, and we tend to find that organic wines, for Chris and I, we typically find them not to be as delicious as other wines for whatever reason. Maybe we just like the taste of chemicals, but maybe, I don't know.
I'm not going to dismiss that.
That's true. But this is incredible that you can get this much intensity of flavor, and you got 45-year-old vines, and they're treating them organically, and they're surviving just great in a place that not necessarily known for organic.
No, not at all. Their efficiency, I think, is certainly a hallmark. Although they've been growing wine there for hundreds, if not thousands of years.
Absolutely.
And certainly we like to think we know it all, but they knew a lot more then than we do now. And so really some of these things aren't new. We're reverting back to the way they should be.
Absolutely.
And I've got a feeling they had good wine a couple hundred years ago.
There's a reason why they've been doing it for thousands of years in France, that's for sure. And this
perfecting it.
Yeah, and understanding your environment and what works and what doesn't. And you can rule out a lot of stuff when you have that kind of history of research and development.
And you have to admire them too, because they haven't rested on their laurels. They're always looking for They're always looking to improve. They're always looking to even to integrate the present and the past to make the best wine that they can make, and you got to respect that. I do, because I buy a lot of it.
Wow, I'm loving this. This is really, really nice.
Do you think if we went to the Rhone Valley, they would like have a little half-day parade for us?
Probably.
All the wines we've bought over the last 30 years.
Well, we're gonna buy more too.
True.
We're not giving up just yet. So we have this beautiful red blend, again, humming in at a mere $16. $17 for our Mekong Village. You can't beat it with a stick. Buy as much as you need, and then buy a little bit more.
That's the best money you'll ever spend in your life,
Yeah.
except for maybe insurance.
Well, life insurance.
That's what I meant.
But you won't be around for it. So.
Lucky to make it through tomorrow.
That's true.
But this, I mean, those numbers are. Oh, I see.
That's a close one.
Cheers. The value attached to the quality on this is unmatched. I mean, I feel when I'm drinking these wines that I'm the king of the world, drinking some of the best wines in the world. And I get that $100 feeling on these wines.
Oh, yeah.
Without
warm and fuzzy.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, it's great.
Also, since we got everybody's ear, let's talk about Saturday at 4 o'clock, August 1st. So
This Saturday.
that's this Saturday. Yeah, it's amazing. DeMarie is going to do a Zoom tasting with us with 4 of his wines. We're really excited about. Now, many of you probably were here 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years,
About
2.5 years ago.
Right there.
When Mr. DeMarie came, he's the owner and the winemaker, and he came from Barolo.
Himself.
We
He did not send an associate.
That is right. He himself came from Italy. We had Barolos and Barbarescos and Nebbiolos. It was a wonderful, wonderful evening. Again, lots of wine out the door. Lots of your delicious food was inhaled. Yeah, that was really good stuff. So we're going to do a live Zoom with him, although, obviously he can't make it over here at this time, but we really had such a great time with him. He's so knowledgeable and such a kind man, eager to answer any questions. So we're going to Zoom with him 4 o'clock on Saturday. We do have 4 of his wines. If you'd like to do this would be $49, and that would be for 2 wines. If you want to ramp it up to 4 bottles of wine, that would be $98 with food pairings. It's going to be a really fun time, and these are some really cool, kind of quirky type wines.
Or kind of
things that are coming back into style. Chef was talking about how things are they've been there before, and we're just now kind of coming back to them. We're going to have some orange wine. We're going to have some Pet Nat, which is naturally carbonated wines that have been done since ancient times. We're also going to have a great Barbera, big juicy red that I'm really excited about, and an Arnis white that actually I had someone coincidentally 2 weeks ago bring in a bottle of DeMarie Arnis, and we had a beautiful toast, and it was wonderful.
Crazy.
And just after that, I found out that I had access to this Zoom. Now we are going to do it here in person, meaning we're going to set up a projector for anyone that wants to watch and drink with me. That would be great. We have already had a few people sign up for that. And then of course the pickup option, you would need to come by Saturday afternoon and pick up your wine and food kit so you can taste along at home live on Zoom.
Yeah, and we'll send you the Zoom link, so it won't be a pre-recorded like we're sending to you. So it won't be through Oldmore State. It'll be through a Zoom thing with DeMarie.
Yeah, that's through, I think it's, let's see, I can't remember who the distributor is, but we have a distributor that is setting all this up for us, so that'll make things very nice. We're excited about that, and we had such a big turnout for the Jackson Zoom Live with the Master Sommelier Larry O'Brien. Man, what a guy. I put him on such a pedestal, and he way outperformed what I even thought he could do.
Isn't that a good feeling?
Oh man, and under some
duress.
some distress with our technology wasn't working great that day, but once we got going, it was
all
smooth sailing after that. So we hope that you can join us for that as well.
And a great lineup of that, a great food lineup too. And we're going to do it a little different. We're going to do it one course at a time, so you get one course with each wine rather than 4 at once. So we'll really be able to hone in on the pairings that day. The 4 o'clock hour is really forgiving for me, so we'll be able to do a little more intricate.
Yeah, it's going to be a wonderful Saturday afternoon.
It's going to rain. You can't mow your yard. You can't go fishing. You can't put a squirrel on skis.
Yeah.
So you might as well just drink some Italian wine and eat some great food.
That's right. And oh, by the way, do you want to talk about any of our family meals?
Oh, yes, thank you, Jeff. We got great family meal lineup this week. So Wednesday night, so we're going to go 4 nights again, Wednesday through Saturday. We've got herb crusted pork chops, mac and cheese, and succotash. It's going to be outstanding. Thursday night, we're going to do seafood jambalaya. Going to put that over rice and have a nice big fresh garden salad alongside it. Friday night, salt and pepper fried catfish, everybody's favorite. Classic. We were talking about that the other day.
We were literally talking about that.
And there's nothing better. We've got some remoulade and some fingerling potatoes with that. It's going to be great. And I'm throw another salad on the side with it as well. And Saturday night, what a treat. I'm going to do beef burgundy. It's going to be delicious. And well, again, Saturday's supposed to be rainy and 80, the high, I believe, is like 80 degrees. So it's going to feel like winter. So we're going to have some red wine braised beef with tons of vegetables and aromatics and they're really rich stock. We're going to have that with rice and a bib lettuce salad. Can't beat it. Great lineup this week for family meals.
Yes, last week it was just over the top response. I trying to find in these perilous times, trying to find the right ratio of what people are looking for through, is it comfort? Is it something new and exciting? And I think you've balanced those very well, giving everybody from every camp options. And we're so happy that we had a great week in the restaurant and outside of the restaurant.
It only works if they're all working.
That's right. We desperately need our support of all of our regulars, and we appreciate all of them. And I think we're going to make it through this eventually, right? A few months.
We are.
Maybe 6 to 8 months. We'll be back on track to be a full open restaurant. We'll see. But as it is now, we're happy to be doing what we're doing, and we love seeing you guys, whether it be virtually or in person. Keep us in mind for anything you need. Take out, family meals, of course, wine.
Always wine.
And dine in. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.